And that's that. Like, it shouldn't matter. You know, like, I'm cool with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. In the street, before I open my mouth or before you see me, you know, I have like a feminine overtone, but the minute I open my mouth, it's like, what's up, dog? You know, and people are just like, whoa, like, you know, and a lot of times, you know, I've been in instances where I've had studs, you know, I'm like, yo, homie, you know, we brothers, you know, we over here. And it's cool, but like I said, it's all about perception, and you know, it's really it just boils down bottom line to what I think people are just comfortable with. You know, I don't think it's like, you know, you wake up and you say, all right, you know, well, I'm just gonna go after all of these AGs. It's what you really like. You know, bottom line, it's what you like.
So with that being said, we're having a casting call.
Oh yeah.
This Saturday at the Singers Forum for New York City, people who are interested in participating in the documentary.
Yes.
Mo, put that in the chat, man.
Yes.
They can also go to www.imjustmedocumentary.com to get more information on the project, as well as www.nolabelsonline.com. So we're having the second casting call, which is this Saturday, and we're going to be shooting, finishing the touches on it in the end of March.
So tell your address again.
But to elaborate, the address is 49 West 24th Street. It's on the 4th floor from 2 to 6 p.m. New York, New York. We need the zip for the GPS 10010.
So tell us a little bit about what you guys are looking for. Are you looking for a different look, a certain story, or
we want all stories.
Everyone in the LGBTQ community. That's male, female, trans, anything.
We want everything.
Black, white, Asian.
But
Latina, Asian, you know.
You want the story of the classic femme and AG? No, you don't want that story. You want the story that's breaking the boundary.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Exactly.
So the classic femme, but T can be Bella. Y'all need to go to the casting call because y'all are perfect for this documentary. Me Bella, you hear me talking? I know you do. I put on blast. She's in the chat room.
Yeah.
But okay, so they're not looking for your simple AG and femme relationship, but they are looking. So
it's everybody's personal story.
But not necessarily, because you don't want to omit anybody.
Yeah.
You know, because they all, regardless of their preference, fall underneath the LGBTQ umbrella.
Exactly.
If they choose to just be with a femme or aggressive or
dynamic
doesn't
matter. We want F to M's. We want M to F's. We want you know, transsexuals that are in the process and, you know, that in the process of doing their transitions. We want real people. We want to really get into their world. You know, how is it that, you know, when was the first time you discovered, you know, that, hey, this is where I'm going to be. This is what I'm about. This is what I'm doing. We want to also know, you know, aside from that, like, what is it like? What is it like for you in the bedroom? Who plays what roles? You know, we also want to know, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? What do you see? What is the future for our community? What is your purpose? Like, you know, like what exactly are you trying to give back to the community?
What would you like to see different?
And what would you like to see different within the community? I mean, like we said, the scope of it is not just limited. I mean, like the queens, you know, drag queens, you know, we're totally into this, you know, their stories. I mean, you got to look at the plights that they go through all the time. I mean, like even with the research, like you were saying, you know, even on our website, we found out, like still today, what is it, like 23 states still will not
23 states
will not
legally don't have to serve gay people in
the restaurants.
Really?
Today, 2011. This is like unbelievable.
But that's a old law on the books that they can bring up at any time. And arrest you for.
But if it's authority, they can do that.
Exactly. Also, I mean, in terms of employment, you know, there's still like what is it, like 22 states?
22 states.
It's like 22 states. I mean, things like that. These are things that we really want to address. But then the flip side of that is like, yeah, okay. We also, we have like these things that we still yet have to overcome. But then now let's look at how many successful people that are actually in the community. And again, like I said, you know, this goes back to you're sitting amongst, you know, we're the perfect example of 3 women, Black women, young women that are all entrepreneurs, you know, that are very business savvy. And, you know, we feel like this is our purpose to go out here and really let people understand, like, yo, at the end of the day, it's not about, it's no labels. There's no labels, and I'm just me. So it's all right to be who you are, not what people tell you to be. And that's the message, you know. Ultimately, that's just what it's all about. So we want everybody, like, I mean, all races. You know,
we're touching on bisexual.
Even
there's
exactly
seems to be a stigma within the male bisexual and the female bisexual.
Definitely.
A female who's into both genders, they can be considered bisexual, but if a male is into a male and a female,
he's
just
automatically considered gay.
Right. So it's not they get the worst end of the stick.
Exactly.
Period. But we kind of just want to elaborate,
and we want to we want to get them involved and just totally get open and find out what they go through, because I mean it's really interesting. Last year
professionally in behind cameras, because you have to maintain a certain rapport and certain stature when you're being professional.
Yeah, there's a lot of AGs that put on the skirt and the shoes to go to corporate America and then be in the club on Saturday night with the baggy jeans and the fitted.
But that's you got to think professionally. If you're trying to get to that next
level,
you got to know how to play the game.
Definitely.
It's
all about
that depends on what you want out of life.
In corporate America.
Have you guys been able to find those gripping stories?
Oh wow, yeah. Well, our initial casting, it was really well. I mean, when you say it was successful, I mean we were blown away. We had
we don't want to tell too much.
Yeah. But bottom line, like we have a trailer. We definitely have a promo trailer. Did we let them know about that?
Well, yeah, the website, and then they can also go to facebook.com/
become a fan. Make sure you guys.
I'm just me doc.
Yeah.
And then Twitter's the same thing. Twitter / I'm just me doc.
Yeah. Like I mean, we have stuff up there. We have new footage that's coming. But overall, I mean, it was great. We had an Asian. We had like 2 Asian people come out. We had a lot of
white boys came out.
Yeah, we definitely. We had Latinas come out. I mean, it was a great turnout. It was really it was shocking because so many people are looking for a forum to voice what they're going through, and I think it's so interesting.
Because inevitably it's a struggle. Period. Just being
who you are.
Just being under the rainbow umbrella. We have to fight for everything.
Definitely.
We have to fight to get every kind of right that we want warranted and rightly due to us. So when we, quarrel within each other and, have these hang-ups and these divisions, it just makes that
much harder.
That much harder.
Because you're fighting within yourself.
5 steps forward and 3 steps back.
There's actually more division within our community than even in, we get more amongst
within our community, definitely.
Yeah,
you mean within the lesbian women community?
African
American lesbian women.
Well, I think no one else put it better than Chris Rock. It's like he thought at this point women would have been running the country by now, but it's unfortunate because I mean, being the emotional beings we are, we don't think like men. They're very physical. We envy what another woman has instead of saying like it's like if you you see a chick with a fly girl, instead of you saying like yo, I'm gonna go out and get me a girl like that. Instead of her saying she's gonna do that, she's like no, I'm gonna go take her girl.
Right, exactly.
And that's just it's in our nature, it's in our makeup, and it's unfortunate it doesn't apply to me. But I'm just saying exactly. Now I had to clarify that. But for the most part, at some point in time, we've all known a similar scenario to that. So I think that's why it's so rough for us. Competition is good for every business.
It's healthy. Actually,
it's very healthy.
Perfect example: Kanye West and 50 Cent. Like they behind closed doors, they're pounding each other up, laughing. The whole media circus.
Because everybody's running to get their hours.
Exactly.
Exactly. So.
I mean, controversy sells, and and I like B said, it's very healthy. Competition is great, and I think instead of us, creating all of this division, we all need to just work together.
Well, definitely. Well, it sounds like a very good project.
Sounds like an excellent project. I mean, seriously.
Send me that information so I can blast it out to my members in Atlanta.
I feel like I've been screaming this from the rooftops since like I came to New York. Like it's just been so crazy with how when you notice as soon as you get here, is so like femme-y, and you feel like you've just entered into some sort of mechanical
Yeah,
universe.
like you in the
Everyone
Matrix.
has
You
to
got
like
caught in the Matrix.
live by this law, and you have to
And
dress
if
a
you
certain
don't,
way.
you're like
You have to look a certain way.
shunned.
Yeah, it's
in your
exactly.
own community.
And you get
So
stared
we're
at.
already
Or,
shunned from the
Exactly.
straight community. We're shunned within our own community, and we don't go and walk by the standards of everybody else
right.
of what they're doing. And who in the world? Like, I would like to know who made up these labels. Like, who did this?
Not
Like,
even
in
just
costume?
labels, these laws, these like unspoken. I feel like they're like laws. They're unspoken laws of how you should dress, act, be.
Exactly.
If you are dressed in feminine clothing, you should never wear anything but. If you're dressed in you know what I mean. If you're an aggressive woman, you have to have this certain outfit.
Right.
It's almost like it's so much.
It
It's
goes
a lot.
down to AGs that if you see an AG and they have on bikinis in our boxes, you're looking at them like, what? And
Really?
it's like, really?
Really?
Like,
But then you had to check yourself.
Right.
It's like, why am I bugging? Like, why do I care?
but there's so many
Yeah.
people that's not checking themselves
Of course
because
not.
they're so brainwashed by what
Exactly.
the community says
That's it.
is
If you look
supposed to
good in a
be.
bikini, you look good in a bikini.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah,
Melinda said last year she was in Sweet Heat in a bikini.
Right. And aggression is not all about clothing. I mean, you don't have to wear certain clothing to exercise aggression. You can be just aggressive, just in character.
I'm gonna put
mindset,
you on
and
blast a
personality.
little bit, Tareen.
Why you put me on blast?
Just a little bit, because this story is so classic. Me and Tareen been ride or die for years, but
I'm
you
not
know what story I'm talking about, right?
Like, what story she
You know what story I'm talking about? You don't know? Well, you know what story I'm talking about, right?
Which one?
All right.
Are you talking about Miami?
Yes, let's get it. This just shows how we're all brainwashed.
Right.
So we down in the pool and we chilling in Miami at Sizzle Hut, and Tareen comes downstairs with a bathing suit, girl, don't bring up the bathing suit, a one-piece bathing suit and men boxers. Boxer swim trunks. I didn't even know what they was. I didn't even.
There was so much trunks.
I was drunk and I was like,
And the thing is that the thing is that I have big breasts. I don't know if you guys knew that.
She had the big breast out. Really?
I mean, so what happened is I had this like V-neck. I mean, you can't really hide them from me. Like me, I accept them. I'm a woman and I'm feminine, and it is what it is. Like I enjoy. I don't have
I lost
a problem
my black
with my
last
breasts.
show.
Exactly. Yeah. So I had this V-neck like swimsuit on, and I was like, I'm throwing on trunks. Like I don't feel like wearing a wrap. Like I don't feel like doing all that. I have like 2-3 pairs of swimming trunks, and I feel like going downstairs and wearing my swimming trunks. Can I just tell you, I could have stopped traffic.
She was in the water, she came out, she was like, what's up there? I was like, what do you have on? Everything came out of my mouth. Right. What do you have on? And she was like, my swim trunks, and I was just like in BBM confused space.
Right, like I was like
it.
wearing 10 lines of like, and I'm thinking
like that day.
Right.
You know what it is? And you know what it is? And the thing is that I've only known Day since I've been in New York, but I grew up like a straight up tomboy, street football, BMX, bicycles. Like this is what I did. Like so. After a while, I started to accept like the feminine parts of myself, started to get a little bit more girly, and started to dress a little bit more girly, and I have no problem with that. Right. But every once in a while, or whenever I feel like it, I'll throw on whatever I want to throw on.
Yeah, but in the pool, you gotta give us a BBM heads up or something.
Apparently, I need to check out.
Maybe we should all go swimsuit shopping, or go to Dominica and have our design.
Like I feel like
no, we gonna have to have a meeting in reference to the trunks.
No, and sometimes I go to work, especially like my part-time job on the weekends when I'm not going to like events. I'll throw on something baggy, a sweatshirt. But
we're talking about in a lesbian event.
Because you guys are used to seeing me a certain way, but it doesn't take away from who I am. I'm just gonna be me.
I want to elaborate on what you said, because I think honestly, scientifically, we all possess estrogen and testosterone.
Exactly.
Now it's maybe more estrogen than testosterone level, but at some point we're going to feel the need to exercise that other side.
Right.
And it's not to say that we always have to be that or always have to be this, but just be comfortable to get in touch with that every now and then.
Right.
You know, with Tareen, when we came out, Tareen is my COO in Lase Enterprises. So we basically started the company together.